Have you ever dreamed of someone again and again, even if you haven't seen them in years, even if they're no longer alive? Maybe it's an old lover, a childhood friend, a stranger whose face you somehow remember every night. You wake up haunted, confused, almost watched. Carl Jung believed that when someone visits you in a dream, it's not them you're seeing. It's a message, a mirror, a part of your soul that has been trying to speak. The unconscious doesn't waste time. It doesn't show you people for no reason. It speaks in images, and the people who appear again and again are some of its most powerful symbols. Jung called the dream a spontaneous self-portrait of the current situation of the unconscious. So if someone keeps appearing, the question is not why them. The question is, what part of you do they carry? In this video, we'll go deep into the symbolic world of recurring dream characters, why they return, what they represent, and how to finally hear what your soul is trying to tell you. Welcome to the space where dreams become messages and symbols become transformation. The messenger in the mirror. What Jung believed about people in dreams. When someone appears in your dream, it's easy to think it's about them, their face, their actions, their past with you. But Carl Jung taught us something radically different. In dreams, every person is you, even the people you hate, even the ones you love, even the ones you've never met. To Jung, dreams are not movies. They're not predictions. They're living messages from the unconscious, crafted from the very fabric of your psyche. Each person in your dream is a symbolic representation of an inner figure, a part of yourself that hasn't yet reached the light of your consciousness. Jung wrote, "The dream is a little hidden door in the innermost and most secret recesses of the soul." So when someone visits you again and again in your dreams, it's not a coincidence, it's a summons. They might represent your shadow, the part of yourself you've rejected or repressed. They might carry the voice of your anima or animus, your inner feminine or masculine. They might be a complex, a charged emotional memory trying to resolve itself. What matters is this: they are not just characters. They are mirrors, reflecting aspects of you that are trying to come home. If someone has ever haunted your dreams, subscribe now. We're just beginning to uncover the layers of your soul. The unfinished story. Why certain people reappear. Sometimes years pass. You've moved on. They're no longer in your life, maybe not even in this world, and yet there they are, in your dreams, speaking, staring, crying, or just watching. Why do they return? According to Jung, it's because the story between you and this person, or rather the part of you they represent, is unfinished. In Jungian psychology, this is called a complex, a psychological knot made of memories, emotions, and unresolved energy. When someone has a strong emotional impact on you, whether through love, trauma, betrayal, or longing, they can become the face of a complex. That complex then sinks into your unconscious, but it doesn't disappear. It waits. And in dreams, it stirs. It wears the face of that person, but it's not about them. It's about what you never processed, what was never said, what was never integrated. That's why recurring dream characters feel alive, because they are fragments of your psychic energy trying to complete a story your conscious mind abandoned. Jung said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." These dream visitors are not accidents. They are opportunities to finish conversations never had, to face emotions long buried, to retrieve pieces of your soul left behind in the past. Archetypes. Behind the face. Lover, shadow, or guide. Sometimes a dream figure lingers not because of who they are, but because of what they represent. To Jung, the people in our dreams are often masks worn by archetypes, primordial patterns of the human soul, shared across all cultures and times. These aren't just psychological ideas. They're ancient forces, timeless energies, and when they appear wearing a familiar face, it means the unconscious is trying to tell you something profound. Let's explore the three most common archetypes that show up behind recurring dream characters. 1. The lover. This is not always a romantic partner. The lover archetype carries your deep yearning for connection, unity, intimacy, and sensuality. When someone appears in your dreams as a lover, it might reflect a longing, not necessarily for them, but for a part of your emotional or creative life that's missing. It could also be the face of your anima if you're masculine, or animus if you're feminine, the inner feminine or masculine energy seeking integration. 2. The shadow. This is the part of you that you have disowned, your anger, your fears, your shame, or your unclaimed power. If someone appears in your dreams and they provoke strong feelings, disgust, rage, desire, confusion, they may be wearing the mask of the shadow. Their presence isn't an attack, it's an invitation to see what you've denied, to face what you've buried, to reclaim what's been split off from the self. 3. The guide. This figure may come as a wise friend, a mysterious stranger, or even someone you once dismissed. But in your dream, they say something that sticks. They lead you somewhere. They shine a light. This may be the wise old man, the wise woman, or even the inner child. Archetypes that come to offer insight, protection, or healing. Jung believed these guides point toward individuation, the journey of becoming whole. So when someone appears in your dream, ask yourself, are they a lover, a shadow, or a guide? What role are they playing in your inner world? Because until you know the archetype behind the face, you'll stay trapped in the story and miss the message. If you've recognized one of these archetypes in your own dreams, subscribe now. This channel is your mirror to the unconscious. The symbol speaks what your soul is trying to reveal. The unconscious doesn't speak in words. It speaks in images, in gestures, in faces that won't let you go. When someone keeps appearing in your dreams, your soul is not obsessed. It's speaking, but the message is wrapped in mystery. Carl Jung taught that symbols are not puzzles to be solved. They are bridges. From the visible to the invisible, from the ego to the self. That recurring dream figure is a symbol, not a person, and symbols emerge when something wants to be known. So what could your soul be saying? It could be asking you to heal. That person might carry a wound you never faced. They might symbolize a part of your past still bleeding in silence. Dreaming of them is your soul's way of saying, go back, not to them, but to yourself. It could be asking you to awaken. Sometimes the recurring figure is a threshold guardian. Their presence shakes you, inspires you, or unsettles you, because something new is trying to enter your life. They may represent a part of your potential, your voice, your fire, your unlived life. Or it could be asking you to remember. Jung believed that the unconscious carries not just personal memories, but ancestral, even collective truths. The person in your dream may carry an ancient symbol, a myth, a memory from your family line, a fragment of the collective unconscious that your soul is ready to face. Whatever the message is, it's not about going back to the person. It's about going forward into yourself. Because when the symbol speaks, it wants to transform you. Jung wrote, "The dream shows the inner truth and reality, not what the ego wishes, but what the self means." What to do with this person in your dreams? You've seen their face, heard their voice, felt their presence, night after night. Now what? Jung believed that dreams are not just messages, they're tasks. They call us not just to feel, but to act, to integrate what the image represents into the conscious self. So what do you do with a dream figure that won't leave? 1. Begin a dialogue. Jung developed a method called active imagination, a conscious interaction with the figures from your unconscious. Find a quiet place, close your eyes, And instead of analyzing the dream, speak to the person. What do they want? Why are they here? What do they know that you don't? Let them answer, not from logics, but from intuition. You'll be surprised at what emerges. 2. Keep a dream journal. Recurring dreams are like a conversation the soul is trying to have with you, but most people forget the words. Write everything, even the details that feel meaningless, the setting, the weather, the mood, their eyes. Over time, you'll see patterns, you'll see evolution, and perhaps even resolution. 3. Look within, not behind. The most dangerous trap is to become obsessed with the person in waking life. But remember, in the dream, they are a symbol, not themselves. Don't call them. Don't stalk their profile. Look inside. Ask, what part of me is still in love? What part of me is still angry? What part of me is still waiting? This is where transformation begins. 4. Ask the soul, what am I ready to see? If someone is recurring, it's because you're finally ready to face a truth, to open a wound, to claim a power. Don't rush to interpret. Let the image breathe, let it unfold, because the dream doesn't come from your mind. It comes from your soul. If you feel like your dreams are trying to guide you home, subscribe. You're not alone on this path. Turning dreams into inner gold. Someone keeps appearing in your dreams, and now you understand why. They are not a ghost, not a mistake, not a memory you failed to escape. They are a symbol, a guide, a message from your unconscious, carrying something precious. Carl Jung believed that if you listen to your dreams long enough, they lead you back to yourself. Not the self you show the world, but the one beneath the masks, the one who is whole. Each recurring dream figure is a key, not to someone else, but to a locked door within. They might bring pain, they might bring longing, but most of all, they bring truth. And truth is the beginning of healing. So next time that person appears in your dreams, don't just wake up and brush it off. Ask, why now? Why them? What part of me is knocking? Because if you're brave enough to listen, to really listen, your dreams can become inner gold. And your recurring visitors, they may just be angels in disguise. Who looks outside, dreams. Who looks inside, awakens. Carl Jung, your dream is not an interruption. It's an invitation to remember who you are. Welcome home.